Here's a burn tag update. So I threw all this stuff in the acid last night, which is that. So that's just stuff I've thrown in. That column was in there as well. So that's sort of how it looks when it comes out. It's kind of flash rusted, but because it's sitting in the air now. Yeah, just sit on the wire wheel. So yeah, look at that. Yeah? Right into gets the rust right out of it. Hey Red, what do you reckon, buddy? And so yeah, this sort of I've cleaned it as best I can with a wire wheel. Like that'll get dipped. That's the front support for the grill and the bonnet latch. There's the valance panels. Gotta hit them around a bit, they're a bit twisted. Here's my rusty nuts and bolts selection. It's all the bolts from the car. Just rough as guts, done it like this. You know, nothing's bagged or tagged or anything at all. But I used to do this with Falcons, and I used to be able to go through every one and go, yeah, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. And I got a fair gist of what's what here. And the car had been apart and put it back together again, so it wasn't like it was a factory. Yeah, I wasn't not everything was put on by factory, so it wasn't perfect. I did a Buick once, a 55 Buick, and it had never been pulled apart. So I laid everything out exactly the way it was. Put bolts back in the same holes. But here's a look at the doors. So fine adjustments, I think I'll be able to get the rest of that. It's sort of out on the bottom a bit, in at the top. Let's have a look at there. Quite large gap, but relatively even on this side. And to the sill, yeah, it's a bit tighter at this end than that end. So I think the door could be skewed a bit and tilted a bit out. Red's having a good day. What I did is I put a block of wood here and then ratchet strap the bottom of the doors together. There's a block of wood there. Can't remember if I did a video on this or not. It's kind of in a rush, I don't think I did. Then I just went along and welded up areas to try to stiffen it up a bit. And you can tell the door's not as flimsy as it was. It's tight now. So it somewhat worked. I could give it a bit more of a tweaking. But this door, pretty sure I can take it off now and weld up all the holes. Slap it around a bit, get it the best I can. There's a big dent there. You're a rusty colour, Ed. Yeah, you're a colour of rust. You're a bit more orange. But on the other side, let's have a look over here. So the driver's side, the left side, a bit more wonky donkey. The gap's not even. It's really wide at the top. And it's as low at the bottom here as you want to go. And there's a gap down there. So that's even out. So there's something skew with on this side, which is understandable because it is burned to the ground. There's a big gap here to the A-pillar, the front of the door. Because I've tried to twist it out. And it could go in a bit more at the bottom to help at the top. But I think what I'm going to do this way is not so bad. It's just this way. What I'll do is put the guards on and see if they tell me a story. Yeah, I think I'll put the guards on and I'll put this piece back in. Screw that bit back in. And put the bonnet hinges on. A few of these need repair. Because the bonnet width will tell me how I went with the towers, and the guards can be moved in and out, and how they line up with the vent, and how they line up with the doors. If the front of the door's okay, I get it more in line with the sill. What I'll do is possibly add a bit to the door to fill the gap. It's a bit hokey. It's got a suspect playing it here. So I think what's happened is the heat, it's spread the back of the car. What I'd love to do is have another body and just put a tape measure across. Just check it. I don't think it'd be much. I've got a windscreen and I've had it in there and looked at it and thought, yeah, it'll fit, but it wasn't perfect, but it will go in the hole. So yeah. He's not very enthusiastic today. He did have a lot for breakfast. I think he's digesting. Hey, big boy. He's only coming up for 5 months. On the 4th of next month, he's 5 months old. Yeah, and the steering, it's all rubbish. Like the steering box is cooked and you know, all the power steering stuff burnt away. But you get a uni rack which deletes all that stuff anyway. So for the money, it would probably cost me more to rebuild it standard than to put a uni rack in it. So I mean, I'd be happy with it standard, but because I haven't got all the stuff, I might as well get what's available here in Perth and put a rack in it, and it just bolts in. The only thing is I'm going to be running Falcon steering, steering arms. So I'm pretty sure the tie rods will be bigger. But other than that, I think it fits. I'll look into it a bit more before I go buy anything that's not going to fit. But yeah, super happy with it. I'll cover it up now and look after it. I'll pull the tarp over it, put a blanket over it. This took most of the day to, well, would have been a full day of work to pull all that apart, paint it all, and put it back together again. But I thought I'd start there, and I think the next thing I'm going to put in and paint is all the bracketry for the pedals, or for the brake pedal, because I could, paint it and bolt it in. It can stay there. So I'm sort of going from the inside out, I think. But for now, I'll just play with the doors and the guards, so I can make a move on what I'm going to do with them. That's the plan. Heaps of fun.